Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So today's video is going to be a wild one, and it's going to be a bit of a history lesson as well as an update. So let's begin with this Reddit post made recently. It is titled, Yuka Takaoka is out of jail, and posted this to her Instagram, where there's a bunch of social media accounts where this user is cosplaying and doing live streams and stuff like that. Now you're probably wondering to yourself, Rev, why do I care about this random Japanese woman who has been released from prison and is now doing these various activities on social media? Well, you might think a lot more if I address this woman by a different name. And that name would be the Real Life Yandere. This was a title that she was dubbed by social media back in 2019. Now, I'm sure if you were around during that time, you probably recognize this infamous shot right here. So this is a big rabbit hole from 2019 where this woman, Yuka Takaoka, was dubbed the Real Life Yandere after she nearly murdered her then boyfriend in a fit of what she describes as passionate love. Okay, let's read some of the information about this from back in 2019. So it says here that Yuka Takaoka, 21 at the time, rose to fame online for all the wrong reasons. In May of that year, she was arrested for allegedly using a kitchen knife to stab her boyfriend, who was a bar host, inside of their fifth floor residence in the Shinjuku ward. Now, for context here also, this happened while he was sleeping, and as he was escaping, he ran down to the first floor of their apartment complex, where then we got some infamous shots of this woman sitting next to the body of her bleeding boyfriend as she casually sat there and smoked a cigarette. And a lot of these images would invoke this idea of a yandere comparison, where they're calling her the IRL yandere because she fits the trope that they're describing here, a character typically female turning to homicidal violence in a pursuit of love. And when the officers arrived, she did not call them, someone else did. We saw the infamous picture of her talking on the cell phone and smoking a cigarette while her boyfriend was bleeding out next to her. And adding to this whole yandere narrative, when she was initially approached to by police, there was many different shots of her giving this evil grin, and she described her actions as, "Since I loved him so much, I just couldn't help it," when referring to why she stabbed him. Now, you probably saw this picture right here. This is her in the back of the police car, having a evil grin as they pulled her away. Now, this led to a social media sensation here. So after she was arrested, the pictures of her with these certain facial expressions and the infamous one with her smoking a cigarette would go viral. And a lot of people would start going through her social media accounts, including her Instagram, where she had tons of pictures of her cosplaying as various characters, including some yandere characters like Yuno Gasai from Mirai Nikki. And that would make things very, very interesting. And when I say interesting, I would say down bad, because a lot of people would start simping for this woman while she was in custody. You would see posts like this. This one is from Facebook, saying, "Can you believe that they attacked me on Twitter just because I said the amount of emotions that let her do that was cute, and no one agreed with me? Why the nice weebs are just extinct on Facebook, or only exist on Facebook," where someone replied saying, "God, I wish that were me," referring to the boyfriend who was nearly stabbed to death. And then people, of course, mocking that down here. But in addition to that, there was many different artists out there making fan art of this woman, as you can see, bloodied and smoking a cigarette. And there was even petitions to get her released from police custody. As you can see, there's actual signatures on this petition to try to get her set free. Worse yet is this exchange on Twitter by an account named I Need a Yandere Girlfriend. It says, "I will find this and be back with a link later today. Do I think she deserves to be bailed out? No, not really. She stabbed a dude. Do I want her to get bailed out? Yes. Hopefully her cosplays take off and she sells lewds because I want to be a customer. Don't blame the weebs. Blame the government for allowing it to happen." Where then this user would create a GoFundMe to pay the bail of this woman. Yes, in captions, the yandere girl. That is who they're trying to help with this $3,000 goal. Well, you F around and you find out. Eventually, the GoFundMe campaign was taken down because, well, it got mass reported, and apparently in attempted murder cases in Japan, there is no bail in situations like that. So the whole campaign was worthless to begin with, and also, yeah, downright crazy. But moving on, as you would guess at this point, she was convicted and she was given a sentence, a prison term of 3 years and 6 months over the stabbing of her boyfriend. And yes, you can do the math. Back in 2019 when this happened, 3.5 year sentence, that leads to 2023. And in that case, there was more push towards that yandere narrative that everyone was talking about. So apparently during the trial, there was a memorandum written on her mobile telephone that was read to the court that stated, "I want to be a tragic heroine. How is it possible for him to look at a woman other than me? I know killing him is for the best. If I kill him, it will be eternal, and there will be no pain after. I don't need anything other than you." Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm shocked they found her guilty. But yes, that pushed that narrative even more while she was at the trial. But fast forward to 2023. Now, it's not clear exactly when she was released, but it is very clear that a few weeks ago, she returned and posted a whole bunch of various social media links on her Instagram account. And if you go to them, you can find all kinds of content. And really, to sum up the reaction, it's 2023, but nothing has changed. It's the same as the reaction in 2019. A lot of people are simping for this woman. Now, do they understand her history? Do they like that? Or are they just not in the know about it? Who knows? But 2019 told us that even when people know about her actions, they were still simping anyways. And you can see right here, this is from her official Twitter account, welcoming all of her followers and saying that she's going to be streaming games and doing this and that. And yeah, she's back to posting cosplay and saying that she went to sleep for a few years and is now returned and this sort of thing. And again, returning to this whole narrative, like, look, I know a lot of people will comment this, and I think there's a point there, right? Someone goes and gets convicted of a crime, they serve their time, and, you know, you can't really just hold them forever, right? Like, there's supposed to be some sort of a system here where someone pays the time that they were given. But the problem here is that she's returning to social media, and the simping has just continued. Now, I think it's just interesting to look at, because it's like, do they, number one, know about her conviction and still simp for her, which is crazy behavior, or are they just not in the know? Because I think knowing this information was probably pretty relevant. Like if you were supporting a content creator or a streamer, a VTuber or anything, and they were in prison for attempted murder, you might find that information interesting. I can't decide for you what you would do with information like that. She has every right to make these accounts and to stream and make content, but I just think it's an interesting piece of information and really a continuation of a story that really gripped the internet for many years. And yeah, that is the update on the situation. She is out and making content. Make of that what you will. But that's going to do it for this video. Please share all of your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.